All right, let's get it. Let's go.
What's up, man? How you fellas doing, man?
I'm good.
Doing good, man.
I'm good.
That's my favorite part. I just wanted to hear that part. But yeah, how you guys doing, man? Welcome to the Hunt Club podcast, episode 7. We are definitely in the building. We got Jamel to my left.
What up? Welcome back.
Mike to my right.
Hello, world.
And then you got me in the middle, the hostess with the mostest.
Fuck out of here. Don't ever say that again.
I always like that. After the Migos videos dropped, I was like, and Jamie Foxx said that shit, I'm like fucking stealing that shit. I always thought about it, but it never fucking like really.
That shit is corny. Cut it out.
That's some real shit. But nah, yeah, welcome to the 7th episode of Hunt Club. It is officially spring break out there, man. Finally, the first day of spring break, we got like 6 inches of snow or some shit.
Yeah, it's gonna snow in fucking April, dude.
It rained. It like randomly rained today, but it's officially spring break. Baseball season is in effect.
The Orioles, man.
Then when you hit a walk-off?
Jonesy hit a walk-off.
Yeah, man.
Hit a walk-off.
1-0, we undefeated, baby.
They gonna ride this bitch for like a week.
Wasn't like the first pitch thrown this year was like a home run, like with the Cubbies and all
Yeah,
that
that was
shit.
They always been sluggers, right? I mean, with the O's.
They just, oh no, he's talking about the Cubs.
I mean, the first, like literally the first pitch.
Yeah, it was the first
season.
pitch, first at bat, he hit a home run.
He hit a home run.
They juicing again?
Nigga, they need to, man. That shit would be
Start
nice.
watching that shit again.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. If it was just nothing but a bunch of home runs, then I would definitely watch baseball.
But can I bring
all the
this
time.
up though? This is the last episode before both of you guys' birthdays.
Take a shot.
Oh,
Take a
fuck.
drink,
Let's take a
little
toast to-
shot.
oh, no, let's just toast to it real quick.
Toast
Fuck
to
that.
it.
We ain't doing shots. We too old to be doing shots now.
Oh, yeah, I know, right?
Not enough time for that.
Shout out to the Aries.
You don't tap the tap.
And
don't tap it no
also,
more.
this is Mike's
Oh,
last year in his 20s.
Nigga,
the first
damn.
one to the dirty
God
30.
damn.
You
What-
old motherfucker.
What the fuck happened to me?
Nigga, next
Round of
thing you
applause
know,
to Mike
it's
for being in his
nothing but,
30s.
Nigga.
Cialis and
it does not-
Viagra cocktails and shit, nigga.
First
Life
of
comes
all-
at you fast.
Nah, nigga, I go to the gas station like a real nigga and get that black ant.
Shout out to you know who.
Yeah, you know.
Shall be Renee.
But nigga, I didn't sign up for this 30 shit. Nobody told me I would get old, nigga. Somebody lied to me. I'm gonna go talk to my mama. We need to have a discussion.
Nah, that shit is
This
illegal.
never came up.
Is Taylor coming with you into the 30s? Or you leaving him in your 20s?
I mean, fuck, Sarah's coming with me to my 30s, so no.
Is Taylor being left in the 20s or he coming to the 30s with you?
He creeping through Instagram,
Hell.
double tapping pictures and moving on.
Taylor was left back at like fucking 27. That nigga been dead.
And for anybody who doesn't know, Taylor is Mike's alter ego. His crazy side, wild shit has gone down when Taylor has come out.
You realize it might be somebody watching this podcast like, oh, his name is not Taylor, his name is Michael.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. For clarification,
Yeah.
his alter ego is
Past
Taylor
catching up to you is
Devereaux.
fucked up when that
And
happens.
he hopefully he's dead.
He's not dead. I think perfect timing. If I could go back and think, like, what would Taylor do? Spring break and like fucking like Cancun somewhere,
Boy,
some shit.
pull out too.
Okay, well, so we got some
That's what
videos
happened.
and-
He would be pulling and praying.
It's probably best
all
that
throughout the southeast.
It's probably best. It's probably best that we were like at our peak in like what 2008, 9, 10, where there was no Instagram, no
Nigga, I'm so
Everybody
lucky.
didn't have a phone.
lives, no none of that
Yeah,
shit.
people had
Just deny
camera
it.
phones, but them shits was like grainy as fuck. So it looked like you was
Yeah,
like
yeah, the
looking
flip
up.
joints, the shit
You
that's
don't
on
know what
MySpace
that
that's
is.
gone now.
You
so
can
yeah.
always deny that shit, right? But not like kind of to jump right into it. One of topic of discussion with spring break that kind of went down on Twitter. I didn't even know Twitter was still a thing, but
I be tweeting and shit.
Twitter's still a
bullshit.
thing for the youngins.
Twitter be
so what happened was on Twitter, it was a woman that was down on spring break. She was shaking her ass, having a good time. You know, every college student goes down.
Thought behavior,
the
thought behavior in Miami.
thought tactics and shit
Yeah.
like that. So
trying to get a free drink. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
ain't nothing wrong with it at all, and except for the fact that it was recorded, and then 2, she had a whole dude, and then so it came up. The dude, put up the video of her shaking her ass. He was like smacking it. I think he threw a tongue in her ass.
Yeah,
or something
threw
like
a
that.
tongue in her-
she was twerking. She was twerking, and the guy, being a guy.
Like,
he had the phone out in selfie mode, slapping ass,
trying to see how much.
And he licked. He put the tongue on the cheek. But the thing, she turned around and she was with it. It wasn't like
like fuck off type
right.
shit.
It wasn't no creepy type of thing. She saw what was going on and she was with it. So Austin,
he posted to Twitter. She saw it. She hopped in the DMs. Was like, hey, like, can you take this down? It
went viral though. That's the thing.
Yeah, it went viral, and she hit him up, and she was just like, look, can you take this down? I don't want my ass to be, shaking all over Twitter and all this other shit like that.
Applause on the ass.
She did. But the only issue was that so the guy the dude that posted it obviously is one of those dudes that you can't say nothing to him because he's gonna screenshot it and he's gonna put it on his timeline and stuff like that. Yeah, so she inboxed him, said, can you take it down? He posted the conversation in the DMs. Basically, her saying, take it down. I don't have a dude or anything, but I just don't want to have my ass all over, the internet. He screenshotted everything. Long story short, she actually did have a boyfriend, and a boyfriend dumped her because, from what, my investigation and my information that was provided on Google, was that he paid for her credit cards. He paid off her credit cards, pretty much financed her to go to the trip on spring break, just so she can go down there and have a nigga like smack.
Hold up, he paid for the whole fucking trip?
He paid off her credit cards.
So she could finance it.
How long would it go?
But the thing is he dumped her for cheating. I mean, that's some of what he did, but he dumped it because he felt like he was cheated on because she was shaking ass and her ass got smacked by a guy. So the question is that cheating? Is it cheating if your girl gets her ass smacked on spring break? Like, let's just focus on. I posted the video on the Instagram, on our Instagram at Hunt Club 410, so you can look at the video if you want to. And it's just, if you just look at the video, do smacking ass and all that, and let's just say it ended at that. Is that cheating? Just
I think
your girl getting her ass smacked, or your girl twerking and getting her ass smacked on.
It's not cheating. It's not cheating, but it's disrespectful to your relationship.
Right, and is it worth getting dumped over? Because she got dumped because of it. Is it worth getting dumped over?
Here's the thing. So when I think about a girl getting her ass slapped and I see it and then I'm just like, you know what, it is what it is. We still in a relationship. I think about those videos of fucking freak Nick and shit like that when girls would be walking down the street and savage niggas is just like,
that's people's aunties and mothers
but
now.
Then I would think about it and say, like, damn, she really ain't having, all she was doing was walking and a dude is just aggressive.
Yeah.
But if I see a video and my girlfriend is shaking her ass and she's looking back and that nigga is just going ham on it.
Yeah.
So she's cool with it and I'm like,
yeah, so she condoned it.
I'd be pissed like a motherfucker.
Right, but it's not cheating. I mean, it's just disrespectful. It's like she's probably was intoxicated, was downtown down in Miami, South Beach, having a good time with her friends. And, she got a little wild. She didn't think it was going to get out. And, she did something stupid. She didn't think it was going to get out. I mean, we've got to be on the silent treatment for a couple days. And, you know what I'm saying? One word responses, but that's not worth.
I need half my money back.
What about what she got to refund me my shit. Right.
But
what about when she was inboxing the dude and said she didn't even have her? She was denying having a boyfriend.
Because I think she knew it was going to be screenshotted. So it made it look worse that she had a boyfriend. And she was trying to, but it doesn't matter.
She might have been trying to cover it up.
Say she didn't have a boyfriend. Say she had like a corporate job at wherever, and she just wanted it taken down. Like she just said, take it down. I don't want it up. It don't matter if you have a boyfriend.
So how does it look about the guy posting this shit up on his IG?
He's corny. I mean, the dude is corny for one.
Putting that shit out
there, smacking a girl's ass and licking her cheeks, some stranger you don't know. I mean, do you really get clout for that now?
No, young niggas, I think at 19, 18.
I think he look old in the face. He look like 32.
But see, the thing is, too, one of the things that I think should be just a general rule, like when you're out, like spring break, when you know wild shit is going to go down, I would think as a dude, you would keep your phone in your pocket. One, just because I would think that you kind of fuck up good situations if a girl turn around and see a phone in her face and she's not going to do shit.
I mean, but it's a new breed of niggas, man. It's a new breed of niggas that's out there clout chasing. Right. Like, let me put this up on Instagram. I look cool as fuck. I'm all the way lit now. Nigga, I ain't never did shit. I don't know shit. I was a virgin until last week, to be honest.
So let's flip it. If we consider, if some people, because we polled it too. I polled it, and it was like 80. Oh shit! Pause.
But definitely pause.
That was bad. So it was like 60-40, 70-30 with yes. No, she wasn't cheating. 30, yes, she was cheating. So for the 30% that said it was cheating, let's flip it. Yeah. And if it was a guy in a strip club smacking a stripper's ass. Now, is he cheating now?
No, absolutely not.
So if your woman gets her ass smacked, it's not cheating. But if you go to the strip club, it's not cheating.
But some people are disrespectful depending on how you
can respectfully smack a stripper's ass.
Well, stripping, you're just providing that's a service.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
but you're still smacking somebody who's not.
But if your girlfriend is cool with you going to a strip club, well, first you need to, establish if your girl is cool with you going to a strip club. Some girls aren't cool with their boyfriends going to a strip club.
Okay.
But if your girl's like, yeah, you can go to a strip club, what the fuck you think is going to happen? You think he going to get titties and ass rubbed in his face and he not going to do anything? That's
so you get permission to go to the strip club?
Huh? Yeah, you do get permission to go to the strip club, to be honest with you. I personally don't give permission.
I give notice.
I give heads
I
up.
give notice, but I don't know if I get permission.
No, I don't get permission to go to
I'm not a fan of a strip club, though. That's fucking dead in my
head. Girls at Oasis would disagree with that.
Yeah. I remember.
They gotta be tight as
shout out to girls at Oasis.
Shout out Devin, man.
Devin
was an Oasis king. He was known.
Last time I went to a strip club, the stripper was like, "Hey, can you buy me a drink?" And I was like, I had a couple drinks. And I'm like, all right, whatever. How much is the drink? She said $21.
Right.
I'll see you later, bitch. I ain't got.
Right. I'm like, you sure is that for the Bud Light?
Yeah, for a Bud.
Like Corona's $15 and shit.
Dude, that's why I don't like strip clubs because I see my money going nowhere when I go to a strip club.
I remember me and Jamel got kicked out of a strip club. Remember that?
Doing no real shit.
No, what?
No, we got kicked out of what was it called? 5 o'clock club.
Oh no! We didn't get kicked out, but we was at 5 o'clock club, and
that's the name. I don't.
It's 5 o'clock club is on Baltimore Street, so we down there, and I didn't know it wasn't a topless bar.
Yeah, unbeknownst to us, is a strip club that shows
was a topless
on Baltimore Street.
Yes.
Every fucking strip club shows.
No, 5 o'clock club. At least in the booths, they don't get naked. I think they get naked on stage.
So you can strip with
a yeast infection. So the girl was dancing. I'm just throwing money. I'm just throwing money. I'm like, get naked. I'm like, let's see a titty or something. Right. So then eventually I was like, all right, these girls not getting naked. None of them are. So we stopped tipping. And then, like, the security was like, "Oh, it's a private party, man. Y'all gotta get out of here."
Fuck out of here.
So then we just left. I don't think they kicked us out of that section.
Nigga, they kicked us out. That was.
Was it like
cool terms
a
nigga get the fuck out?
A strong escort, like.
They was like, "Yo, y'all can't sit here." He said it was a party coming.
Do you remember the time we went to the strip club dropping up from Miami in fucking South Carolina?
Oh yeah, I do.
That shit was the saddest strip club ever.
It was. We was getting cabin fever in the car. And I was like, yo, I'm sick. It was a 13-hour drive from Miami to Baltimore. And I was sick of sitting next to you. Dude, fuck. I need to see some titties.
Yeah, did we ever tell you? Fuck. So when we get to the strip club, first of all, there's a whole section of niggas in overalls just eating wings. I think it was a wing night or some shit.
That's a thing in the South, though. I think they
wings are good as shit.
I mean, the wings are good as shit, but I'm just saying there's a bunch of niggas in overalls eating wings. The shit was like off the side of the highway. Yeah. And we're like, wait, 18, 19 at the time?
Right.
Nah.
And so,
well, yeah.
Like 18.
Yeah.
So, we go. I wanted a lap dance, so I go to get a lap dance. Shit was like $40 fucking bucks, not a lot of money. And so they put us in like a private little booth. His shit looked like it's the size of a photo booth.
Right.
And it's like a curtain. She closed the curtain, and she's like, "All right, you got to put your hands in the stirrups." I'm like, "What?"
Oh, so they like
there's no touching.
There's no touching. So I'm like this, getting stripped on and shit. I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
I'm gonna tell you some lame. I'm gonna tell you some lame shit when I went to the strip club. I went to the strip club one time, and I literally. And Jamel would be the first person to tell you, it's so bad, but I went to a strip club and I actually like.
I
pulled a Drake, nigga. No. I actually had a nice conversation.
He was conversing with the stripper the whole night. No, not even like they were just literally getting to know each other like it was a fucking date.
She actually followed me on.
Like me and my homie, we out getting lap dances. We throwing ones, running upstairs to the VIP.
This nigga getting friends and shit.
Still that just really having conversations about what's really going on with her life
and why
she's doing what she's
going
through
a lot. Yo, like she needs somebody to talk to, man.
That's awesome. That's him, man. Really wanted to get to know you.
I mean, we still cool to this day, man. So
is she a fan of the podcast?
I hope not. After telling her I talked to her through a strip club. But do you guys think? All right. So I mean, so with that being said, I guess we can all agree. Is it like a double standard with who's getting their ass slapped and who's doing the ass slapping and shit?
Absolutely.
Like
Because if I can go to the strip club and smack ass, then the girl should be able to go to South Beach and get her ass smacked.
But see, that's the thing. Like, so
I would give her. I'm not giving her a pass, but
no,
I would be mad.
My thing is, when I go to the strip club with my girlfriend or whoever, if she's down with strip clubs, she can go to the strip club and cheer me on while I'm throwing dollars.
Let's just assume that she doesn't know.
Hold on. But I mean, it's more likely that a girl will. The odds compared to a girl that's cool with her boyfriend going to the strip club or going to the strip club with her dude, I think it's higher than ones that don't. So I think my girl sitting beside me, cheering me on while I'm throwing ones or, you know, slapping ass at a strip club compared to me going to South Beach and cheering niggas slapping my girl's ass is just completely different.
If you're going to compare a scenario, compare you going to the strip club with your girl going to a strip club. Like, if I can go to a strip club, my girl can go to a strip club. Now, can my girl go to South Beach and get her ass slapped on? No. But can I go to South Beach and bitch like grab my dick print and shit and have that shit all over IG?
Right.
That, I mean, that's more of an equivalence. So I would say no to like grabbing, you know, this giraffe neck I'm carrying around right now. And shit, and she can't slap her ass. Like,
you
that's
said what?
Giraffe neck, nigga. My dick print is top 8 on the Eastern Seaboard.
We don't believe.
All right, whatever. Next subject.
But not so. Let me. So I mean, I guess so. We came to that agreement that is obviously a double standard.
Yeah, we're in a male-dominated society where women are supposed to play a certain role.
Right.
And anytime they're like the aggressor or they take the lead, it's deemed as bad, or like we're not used to women stepping up or, you know, wanting to be treated equally.
Right. No. I think we just believe that women are supposed to be prim, proper, and not, you know,
look a certain way, act a certain way.
2018, they all thotties.
They out there.
They all thotties.
And now we don't blame them for being thotties, like, but society views, you know, them out there doing them as bad. But, you know, us, we're like, all right,
it's just it's just the sign of the times.
Yeah.
But since we were talking about strippers, so Jay-Z and Diddy, they came out saying that they were going to come out with an app, you know, just to you know, promote black businesses so people would be more aware of, you know, where they're close to. Yeah, I mean, one thing, that's something
a black-owned business.
Right. Black-owned business. They entrepreneurs when it's all said and done. So, one, do you think that is going to be on the app? Because I need that shit ASAP to figure out where it is. But do you think that we would? Do you think that, with that being said, I mean, it's definitely positive that we're coming up with ways to support black businesses. Another thing, do you think that's a double standard though? So let's say if motherfucking Harvey Weinstein or Donald Trump came out with they partnered up to come out with an app to support white-owned businesses or white male businesses. Do you think it would be an outcry? Do you think it's kind of like, you know, hey, we can do it?
No, that's stupid as shit. I mean, that's like the conversation that people have when they say there shouldn't be, if someone comes with like a HBCU or
a BET or some shit like that.
A BET, like, hey, if they have a black entertainment network or a historically black college, why can't we have a white one? Like, because the system is the white one,
right?
And it's already dominated by white people, and black people need that outlet to be shined and highlighted because it is a society that's dominated by white people. That's just a fact.
Well, see, that's the thing too. I think I saw something where somebody was talking about how why do we put emphasis on black-owned businesses and how is that right and all that other shit. And I'm just saying, like, first off, people have preferences. So, like, if you are saying, you know, I prefer to get my, you know, my products or shop at a black-owned business compared to enterprise or large corporations, then I don't see anything wrong with it at all.
Because how's that different from somebody say I only shop Prada or I only shop Gucci? If you have your personal preference in business, that's your personal preference.
Right. When people say, hey, I'd rather shop at a business where they don't test, you know, chemicals on animals or something like that, I think it all falls under the same bucket that, hey, you're giving people an option to actually decide, you know, what is going into the product that they buy and what's behind it. Same thing with this, and I thought about it too when I saw that status, was when people get fucking excited as shit when they buy a product that says made in America.
Yeah.
Like, what's the difference? Like, I understand that's something that you support. You want to, you know, buy things that's made in the country that you live in. Yeah. But again, that's your preference. You want something that you think that you know, that you feel comfortable with. So,
what do you guys think about, like, it being people wanting to trend away from the mainstream? Like, people don't want to go to McDonald's. People don't want to go to the Walmarts, the big brands, name brand shit. We prefer to go to local businesses, like, say, for instance, local black mom and pop shops. Like, I think people are I personally don't like to shop at Walmart or any of the bigger brands and shit like that. I prefer like something local or small, something cheaper. You feel me?
I don't like shopping at Walmart just because I'm poor bougie and shit. Like I'm one of those people.
You damn right.
I'm broke as shit, but I'm like
Republican Party too much,
right?
Nigga.
But not like us. I mean, I get it. I mean, people that want to shop more at the mom and pop stores because one, you're supposed to get better like customer service. You're supposed to get when you walk in. They know your name and shit like that. They know what you want, and you can talk directly to the owner. But one thing that, if we are gonna do, only shop black businesses as black business owners, we got to get our shit together, man. Like as far as
just because I want to support a black-owned business doesn't give you the right to give me shitty customer service, shitty quality.
So you've had bad experiences with black businesses?
I don't really shop.
Nigga,
I mean, did we have to do this again?
Nah, he bullshit. He bullshit. Mike, you don't mean that.
I'm bullshitting. I'm
joking. He's drunk.
He's still drunk.
He's drunk.
Not this early, niggas. Only like 20 minutes in. Give me like 15 minutes. I might be shit.
Nigga, I have, and I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, I'm trying to be on my, pro-black shit and just, support your community. But at the end of the day, like, a business is a business, right?
True. They're in it to make money, and you're in it for.
I mean, not even that, but
quality.
The business is only successful as its customer service and its customers and how you treat your customers, because you make your most money by return customers and also the word of mouth. So if I treat you I treat you right, you have an amazing experience. Even if I'm selling food and my food is bullshit, but when you came there and you had a fucking open the door for you, ask you how's your food, really took care of you. You're going to tell your friend that, hey, he took care of me. So
like the food is
all right, but they take care of it. Yeah, they cool as shit. And then you get more people to come into your business just by word of mouth without having to spend any money as far as like marketing and anything, because the marketing will do it itself.
I know, especially since we both work in hotels. Like that's one thing that they preach. Most of the guests aren't going to say, leave it on a review or leave it in an email or call the corporate or anything. A lot of people depend on word of mouth. Like, even though I might not leave it on TripAdvisor or whatever your internal survey is, I'm going to tell my fucking friends about it.
Right. Oh, you going to Baltimore? Oh, you should check such and such out because I had a good time when I went there.
Or so don't go here because that place,
it's some shit. Yeah. Shit. They're going to give you the... So my thing is, too, like, I want to support black businesses as much as I possibly can, but at the end of the day, like,
they have to be held accountable just
like
everybody else. They
got to get their customer service right. They got to get their customer service.
And that's not saying that every black business has to work on customer service. Let's make sure we put that
it's
out
customer service, and then there's also like business hours and stuff like that. I understand everybody wants to be their own boss and shit like that.
Yeah.
Who doesn't? But at the same time, it's more to being a business owner and an entrepreneur than just the title. Like you gotta unfortunately you gotta bite the bullet. You gotta wake up early. You gotta have consistent hours and stuff like that. So hopefully this app, that Jay-Z and Diddy that coming out with, it brings more brings more of a traffic to black businesses. Yeah. But at the same time, man, black business owners, y'all gotta step it up, man. Y'all gotta really
quality assurance are Jay-Z and was it Diddy or
Jay-Z.
doing for these apps? Are they just going to display all black businesses, or
it's just
going to
all
be
black businesses?
But see, they
should be like a set criteria. Like,
it's not. And they were saying, I read an article about it. They were like, it's not to black people only to shop exclusively black. It's just to make you aware of the black businesses in the area, so that you know and that you might want to support.
Everybody likes
small
options.
business, but
that's what I'm saying. They should have like a
have to hold up their end of the bargain as well. So we're not obligated to shop with you, and we expect the same experience, at a larger business, with you guys.
Yeah.
So.
Right, and that's but it all boils down. I think I haven't seen like the layout of it, but hopefully it's like one of the like similar to Yelp, where you leave a review and you can rate them, because as much as people want to, like I said, want to support black businesses, like black businesses have to really be professional about it. Like, my experience
if you're gonna start
has
a
been,
business, we expect a certain thing when you run a business. Like, if I walk into a coffee shop, I expect fucking coffee, people be professional,
right,
and like a certain interaction. Like, I don't expect like people to walk into a coffee shop and be unprofessional,
or not be. It's like simple shit, like greeting the customer or like opening up on it at a certain time, and that's things that I've ran into when strictly trying to support black businesses, where you think it's so simple and you're like, damn man, I really want to help out and I really want to support, but like I'm not going to come in this motherfucker.
You shouldn't feel obligated to fucking buy only black items, especially if the customer service or the product is shit.
Right.
You should be able to just hold them accountable. Everybody should be able to be held account for their product or their customer service or their actions. You're not exempt from that because I'm black and you have a black business.
Right.
I still want good customer service at the end of the day and a good product.
Right. So how about black businesses, and then we're gonna move over to like HBCUs. Have you guys heard about the fucking drama that's going down at Howard, man?
No, what happened at Howard?
The King Finessin, man. You ever heard?
Nigga,
what the fuck are you doing?
Nigga,
out in the world.
Like,
look, I go to work, I clock in, I clock out, I get home, I masturbate before service.
Gotta get the quick jerk.
Gotta get the quick jerk. All over everywhere. All I gotta do is
what happened?
The King Finessin out here, man.
I'll try.
The nigga that scammed millions of dollars from Howard.
I don't think it was millions.
Huh?
It wasn't millions. It was like a
half a million. But that's enough for a fucking young college motherfucker with $400,000-$500,000.
That's what social media do to you. That should have you out here stealing the flex and shit.
What were they falling for?
I think it was like financial aid. I think
he was doing a financial aid scam. Like, and this is the crazy part, is that they had poor students in the financial aid office with no supervision, with access to federal money. So if I remember correctly, he was pretty much deviating he was making fake grants for himself. So he was giving himself grants because he had access to the money. So he would make phony grants for either a music grant or such and such grant, and he would give himself, you get refunds based on if it's over. So he would have his tuition, grant himself that, and then give himself another tuition. So it'd be over $40,000, $30,000, $60,000. He would get a $60,000 refund check.
God damn, I wish I was smarter. But at the end of the day, like, he would have got away with it if it wasn't for fucking Instagram.
Being a nigga,
man.
That's what it is.
Like,
being a nigga.
He's the worst.
Instagram and shit, nigga.
Not like I heard
he was being a nigga, and he couldn't move. Some black people just can't have money.
No, I mean I can't say just black people, but cops all the time.
No. I said some. Because you have some people that get money, will get their refund check, their tax check, and start flexing.
Showing off.
He had a couple grand and started flexing. He hired his own videographer and photographer. He was driving around in a Range Rover. He had mink coats, Gucci belts. I'm like, what fucking freshmen and sophomores walking around in Rovers and a personal media team?
He has a what?
He had a personal media team. He had a personal photographer and a personal videographer. You gotta
catch me at my best, nigga. I don't want to miss a moment.
Instagram?
I barely
had like fucking effects and everything. Walking down the street.
What?
But he like jumping in the air mid-jump with a mink coat. Like, come on, man.
Nigga, you gotta live. He's living his best life.
I mean,
niggas don't living his best life in fucking
jail right now.
Jail and shit.
Niggas don't realize now that cops have Instagram, cops have Facebook, Twitter, all that shit.
I mean, but anybody's gonna ask questions. Like if Austin show up one day with mink on and Range Rover, like where the fuck you getting that money from? And you work in the financial aid department.
Question: was it the cops or was it a hater that snitched on him?
It was a nigga that probably for
who put him onto it? It's the people that be in the trap house with that's making rap videos about the guns and the drugs and then wonder why they get arrested.
Nah,
you snitched on yourself. And
it was the girl that was in the dorm that got her refund check and that shit was looking funny in the light, and she was like, how the fuck do I have a $500 refund check? And then at the same time, Tyrone is motherfucking. His
name is Tyrone too.
His
name is really Tyrone.
I saw somebody say you never trust a nigga named Tyrone with your money. Like
that's facts.
Oh, Tyrone chicken, nigga.
Tyrone's out. A nigga named Tyrone is out scamming. That's a big surprise.
You don't fuck with Tyrone's chicken, y'all niggas.
That shit still had feathers on it.
The rest of the wing was delicious though.
No.
The thing about Tyrone's about Tyrone's chicken, which is funny, and I'm not going to spend too much time on Tyrone's chicken, but every fucking Tyrone's chicken location, chicken tastes different. What the fuck is up with that? Like the one that's on it was not the Alameda.
Liberty Heights and Garrison, nigga, West Side certified. You know what I mean?
Bullshit. The one that was on Lock Raven, that shit had some sugar in that shit, right? Some sugar, some brown sugar in that motherfucker.
Niggas love sugar and food.
And then the shit on the west side was like salty as shit. Like every Tyrone's chicken had a different.
Nigga, my mouth watering right now. Yo, let's cut this podcast off. Let's go get some shit.
So that's some Tyrone's chicken.
No, Tyrone's chicken. The shit fucked up about Tyrone's, nigga. You could get 20 wings for $5, but them shit's like the size of a quarter.
Cause they pigeon, nigga.
Yeah, they pigeon wings. It's not real chicken, nigga. That shit was not real. It was fucking delicious, but this shit was not real chicken. But
and now that the kids are protesting. Now they found out there's a student that has $400,000 that could have went to them. And if anybody's gone to an HBCU, you know how financial aid is. You know how they are.
Yeah.
Shout out to Morgan, man. Shout out to Morgan dropping people's schedules because your fucking classes weren't paid for. So you have kids going through that. Classes dropped, taken out of class. While a dude is in the financial aid office stealing $400,000, flexing on Instagram with your financial aid money. So
skipping through the streets and shit.
Nigga is literally skipping through the streets and jumping up.
He came out with a rap song. He came out with a rap song too. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't hear that shit.
That nigga said he got shooters. He got
bars.
He got nigga black.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but did you guys see the video of when they had I guess they stormed the financial aid office and was singing the Rihanna?
Yeah, that's all I was gonna say.
What song?
Bitch better have my money.
I mean, cause look, if they fucking shorted me in a whole class out of like 500 racks, that's the whole system has failed to some degree. Like that,
it was
so many shortcomings.
I mean, you give a 21-year-old access to federal grant money, and he's broke as shit. He's what you think he's gonna do? He's gonna fucking finesse the shit out of it.
Watching over this shit.
There's no checks and balances, no managers.
You were asking for it. They were asking for it.
Yeah, that's very true.
I mean, you're asking to get that money stolen with no checks and balances. Like, why is this nigga getting a $60,000 music
But he
grant?
could have stole. But the thing is, the crazy thing about it is he could have stole the money and got away with it and been living fine after he graduated. It's like his last year. If it wasn't for the fucking gram, like just some niggas just cannot stay off of.
I mean,
on the
so
gram.
how long was he doing it?
Huh?
How long? If he was doing it for like over a couple years,
I think he was in like his senior year. He was about to
People
graduate.
started catching on. And, I mean, you can steal, but so much amount of money.
Yeah,
like
you're way too comfortable.
Come on, 60 grand. 60. My biggest refund might have been $3,000. This nigga getting $60,000.
Like, oh my god.
Every semester he's getting a $60,000
like, what
refund.
the fuck?
That's clutch.
That's crazy.
But I mean,
shout out to him for finessing, man.
I mean, I
shout out to the finesse. You enjoy it while it lasted.
Well, hopefully
if
he was a real nigga, he would have put at least 45 for the lawyer and shit. Just
I mean, he got a lawyer.
He
issuing statements and all that. He was on fucking DC radio today.
He was on DC radio.
Yeah, he was on DC radio.
What did he say? Defending himself?
I didn't really hear it. I was driving. And you know, it was cliche shit. You know. We'll figure it out.
Wait till the facts come out.
It's not what it seems.
Like nigga, come on, bro.
Really? All right.
To take a a little turn. That was big in like black culture as far as what's going on with Howard, and then it's local too. But was kind of creeping up in the news as well as what happened to Stephon Clark. That was the guy in Sacramento. Yeah. He was shot 20 times by police officers.
20 times.
Unarmed.
No, he was shot at 20 times. It hasn't been confirmed how many times he was actually hit.
I thought they confirmed 20 bullets,
shots.
20 bullets would hit him.
No, 20 shots, at least 10 from what Dr. Bennett Amalu, the guy who discovered CTE, said. He said 10 shots, but that was an autopsy done by the family.
But I know, and I heard 7 or 8 was actually found in his back.
So he was down and they kept shooting him.
Right, so I guess here we go again. I mean, are you guys at this point? And I hate to say it, but like when I'm scrolling through like Facebook and Instagram, at this point, I'm kind of being desensitized to it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I knew this was gonna happen because it's happening so much. But I'm definitely like I saw the article. I haven't even looked at the video. I know they have like a aerial video where they show his body and him getting shot, and they have a video.
It's tough to watch.
I haven't even watched it because at this point it's like, here we go again. I mean, it comes on the heels of Alton Sterling's shooters, murderers, not even getting charged, so they won't even go to trial. Also, it's coming out, I just watched LA 92 on Netflix. Y'all should definitely watch that shit. It's a real ass documentary. Shout out. But no, that comes out with that, and it's all lumping together where it's just like at this point, it's just like, here we go again, same shit. 2 years from now or a year from now, no charges are going to be brought. It's just the same cycle. So, I mean, with this coming out now, do you guys feel like same result? Is it any different? Like,
I mean,
we got to keep protesting and keep kicking.
I don't think protesting is going to work anymore, bro. Like,
niggas said that about the civil rights movement.
I mean, not saying that you know, putting your foot down and saying, hey, this is wrong, is not the right idea, but like protesting is not getting the job done, and it's just not resolving anything. So, you know,
protesting is a part of it. We have to absolutely exercise.
But you got to be more aggressive than protesting.
Protesting is a big. It's like one of the founding things on our government. I mean. Yeah, on our government.
For a certain demographic of people, it works.
But that's the way we voice our opinion. They want you not to protest. They want you not to say anything. They want you to just be like, oh, and get desensitized by it. We should protest. We should speak up every time because we're tired of it. How many times somebody gets killed and shot? Now, I'm not saying that protesting, that's it. I'm saying protesting, we need to follow up. We need to make sure in our local politics we're voting the people that are aligned to our views and are tired of shit. Black people getting shot down indiscriminately. How many studies have to come out where it shows that police are more aggressive towards black people than any other demographic? How many shootings do we have to see on Facebook or on YouTube? When is it enough?
Right, no, I agree. I mean, but see, my thing is, like, if you look at the history of just black people in America, like, I think we get short-term memory loss when it comes to all of this shit that's really happening. We only pinpoint on, like, slavery, skip to the civil rights movement, and then skip to now. But all of that time in between, there's a lot of other shit that's, like, that went down. So we've protested before. I mean, we've protested since the 60s, the 50s. I mean, protesting is not getting shit done at all. No, I don't feel like it is, bro. Like, I mean, I feel like, you know, after we storm the streets for a week and we have, Reverend Jesse Jackson come up and
because the real change is going to be made with voting. So you have to get out and vote and get the people out and the people that you want in, and the change is made through policy.
Exactly.
And the people that you elect. It's not
right, that's
protesting.
What I'm saying. Like you can protest, but
and then they'll just ignore you. Like, okay, that was
But you got to keep up the fight. You can't just protest and let that be it. But
that's what I'm saying. The real power is in voting, not just protesting. Because that lasts for a couple hours, and then that's it.
And then it's on to the next. That's what I was trying to say.
Your elected officials are in office for years that can really change policy, not just voicing your disagreement with somebody being shot. Now you can have officials in office that can change the policy of body cameras and how we prosecute.
But see, the body camera's not even working any. Like,
I'm just saying, if you see, somebody's in office,
they have the ability to turn off body cameras. So
right, they can turn it off. They can mute. They muted it.
They muted it.
The officers said mute. What did they say? Mute. You got yelling mute after they shot. What's his name? Stephon Clark. They can turn it off and turn it on. And
so when do you guys are going to realize? I mean, not you guys, but when do people are going to realize the system is broken? Like, okay, we get
people
that.
Realize that.
Everybody knows.
Ago,
that's what I'm saying.
Like,
you can fix the system by voting the right people in.
Like, obviously, like, if a police officer it's a tough job. I can admit that it's a tough job. But if you shoot a man 20 times that has a cell phone in his hand, and 18 of those 20 times he's on the ground, you're not fit to do your fucking job.
Right. I mean, at the end of the day, you unloaded the clip, so it wasn't the fact that you were just letting off a few shots to make sure that the guy was down, and then you guys can jump on top of him and put handcuffs on, and then at that time that after the handcuffs are on, and you feel as though you're safe. Yeah. You unloaded the clip to kill that person. And then the fact that you weren't 100% sure that he had an actual gun kind of makes it worse. So it's kind of like you're just trigger happy.
Look, that's what you're being paid for, is to take that
You take that oath, you sign up, and that's the thing too. Like, when I understand being a police officer is a tough job, I wouldn't, I'm not a police officer because I know what comes with being a cop.
It's a huge responsibility.
It's a huge responsibility,
which means there should be a huge accountability a part of that too.
Right, absolutely, and you got to be 100% sure that whatever you're doing, at the end of the day, you're taking someone's life. You're taking someone's son. You're taking someone's father.
That's a big fucking deal.
Exactly. That's a big fucking deal. So you sign up for it we understand it's a tough job, but at the end of the day, in 2018, it's becoming as common as school shootings almost that, people are getting killed by the police officers, and then there's also being common that, 2 years later, that same person that killed someone unjustly is not facing any charges. So it's frustrating, but at the same time now,
it's disappointing too. It's disappointing because you feel like we're better than this.
Yeah, you think we move forward than that, and then you look at it and you just like, it's another story, another name. Yeah, it's another name.
Like same
it's
shit,
but so much
day.
fighting that I can do. It's but so much like shares and being out on the street and arguing this and that I can do, where you just like. But it's becoming normalized.
That's the real test. Like, we have to keep up the fight. We have to keep protesting. We have to make sure we elect in the proper officials that carry on the causes that we support.
Right.
And holding the police officers accountable for their actions. Think about it. Like, I'm a front office manager for a hotel. If I fucking check somebody into the wrong room, I'm held accountable for just like that simple mistake. You telling me if a police officer who has a way tougher job than I do, whose people's lives depend on the line, if they take somebody's life and it's a fucking mistake, they're not held accountable. That makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's smaller jobs that people will go to get arrested. They'll lose their job immediately without even the same day you get fired.
In some places, if you get locked up and like it's over the fucking weekend and you're stuck for the weekend, you lose your fucking job.
Yeah, because you fucked up. But it's just crazy. I mean, it was Stephon Clark. Hopefully everything, finally gets some
his brother
justice.
Though? His brother a rider.
Nah, he is not a rider. He's embarrassing.
Dog.
Nah, fuck that, bro.
Like, embarrassing. You saw
that's embarrassing and shit.
Yeah, I saw that shit.
Say his name.
Did you see a funeral?
I have the clip of it in case anybody wouldn't know. Yeah.
It's embarrassing, bro.
It is. I mean. All right, let's hit a clip first before we speak on that.
Through the media, whether you like it or not, your brother's story will be told. The media is giving you a platform.
We love Stephon. I am. Yeah. Don Lemon, say his name.
So tell me about your brother, please.
Don Lemon, say his name.
Stephon, listen, you're in grief. I'm sorry for that.
He's not going to say his name.
I know how it is.
We'll never do say name. You messed up on our name. You sent our driver late.
Well, and
that's messed up.
I thank you so much for joining us. And my heart goes out for you.
So that was pretty much what the interview was. It was
more than that.
It was a lot more. I mean, the interview was only like 2 minutes.
And he said his brother's name when he introduced
that was the last part of it. But I mean, the interview was that weird. It was that kind of cringy. But that was one of the parts I took from it. But he was like, when as soon as he introduced his brother, he like rang a bell and just stood there. And he was just doing a lot of weird, awkward stuff. And he's been doing that since his brother was murdered. And you kind of don't want to hold it against him because he is grieving. Yeah. Because his brother was murdered suddenly. But at the same time, it's like, is he drawing the attention away from, what happened and kind of bringing on himself with his antics?
Absolutely.
Like he jumped on the city council's desk. He was like wilding out at the funeral, like the Don Lemon interview. He's doing weird shit. Like,
well, see, the thing is, the city council thing, I was cool with. I saw the clips of it. I was like, I wasn't mad at that. I was like, all right, cool.
They tried to shut him down. He jumped on the desk, and we chanting his name. I agree with that. Don Lemon,
Don Lemon. All right, so it's like
two separate things. Let's separate them.
No, it's the city council shit is one thing. Mm-hmm. Cool, I get it. Your brother just died, and you want to shut the shit down and have real change, just like we were just talking about. The Don Lemon shit was kind of like, okay, like this nigga's on some other shit, but he might be a little bit crazy. It was cringeworthy, and you didn't really want to. I turned it off after like 5 seconds, so I turned it off real quick. But the funeral, bruh, funeral was on some like, this nigga's on some whole right, left shit. The funeral was horrible. Like, he was like trying to fight niggas. He was like, what? Yeah, like people were trying to pull him away. I don't know why they let him get on the mic, but he got on the mic. It was just bad. So, like, it's kind of pulling, like Jamel was saying, it's kind of pulling the attention off of the fact that the cops shot somebody to him.
Yeah.
Being
doing
an
attention grab. Like it's like
if my brother was killed, don't get me wrong, I don't know how I would deal with that grief.
Right.
And if he was killed unjustly, like the way Stephon Clark was killed, I would want the subject to always be him. Like I want actions, I want results, I want justice for my brother's life. That's what I would want. But I haven't.
It's a way that you go about it.
It's a way that you go about it. Like I don't
right.
give a fuck about me. This is what I need to focus on right now. This is what I need answers for right now is my brother, and his life was taken unjustly. He was shot 20 fucking times. I mean, he was shot at 20 times. He hit 10 at least, 8 of 7 or 8 in his back.
That's what I
need answers for. I'm going to keep saying it. It has nothing to do with me. I'm not going to make a mockery of myself or my family, because if I'm out there speaking publicly, I represent him. I represent my family, so I'm not going to make any of us look stupid.
Right.
But that's just me.
No. I agree, and I don't want to spend too much time on it, but just seeing the funeral, I think was yesterday. It was just like, damn, like this is unfortunate because this is a real situation.
Yeah.
But that the media and people are going to focus on something that's not as important as the actual
do you
story.
Think you're saddened because, like, from black people being killed unjustly, like they look for the minute excuse to take away from what happened.
And he's giving them that. So, another big thing too, though. So the draft is coming up April. Everybody looking for the draft. Ravens ain't gonna do shit. Ravens ain't gonna do nothing.
And Ozzy, we trust.
We're gonna draft a 5'9" wide receiver.
Fuck yeah, right, with no hands
with
and
no
shit.
Hands. But nigga fast as a motherfucker, but he ain't got no hands.
Right. And he's only gonna be in the league for like a year and dropping shit, getting hurt, all injury prone, all that bullshit. But
Ozzy drafted Ray Lewis and Ed Reed.
Nigga, that was like 20 years ago.
Y'all gonna disrespect right
20
now.
years ago.
That's what y'all gonna do. Is y'all gonna disrespect Ozzy,
Ron Stanley,
the wizard, motherfucker.
Ronnie
Stanley's one of the best left tackles in the league. What you talking about? Yes.
Nigga, we didn't fucking make it to the playoffs.
That's Joe Flacco's fault. But
That's another discussion.
But the big I guess the big, I wouldn't even say the big story. Something that's being brought up in the media is the fact, we have Lamar Jackson, who I think it's easy to say, if you follow college football, a lot of people don't follow college football, but if you follow college football, Lamar Jackson has been probably the most dynamic quarterback since Michael Vick. He's been compared to a bigger, stronger, more accurate version of Mike Vick. But in a lot of the mock drafts, he won a Heisman. A lot of the mock drafts, he's not even like top 5 quarterback.
Top 5 quarterbacks, not top 5 picks. That's a.
Well, he should. That's kind of fucked up in two ways, because at the end of the day, you won a Heisman, and then you got people like Mike, your homeboy Mel Kiper and shit. I know that's like one of your closest partner friends.
No, I don't know about Mel Kiper, but when I used to work at the ESPN Zone, he would do like his when he would broadcast from
the mock draft and shit.
Yeah, he would do it from the ESPN Zone in Baltimore. And fucking this nigga got the head the size of a
looks like
89 computer, like one of those brick top shit. Look like that on a
big ass monitor.
Yeah,
it
just look like monitor on the pencil.
I always got Jimmy Neutron from Mel Kiper. And
exactly.
Shit. Yeah, right.
Exactly, nigga. That's exactly it.
But so one of the big things was like kind of the double standard that you have. They have Lamar Jackson. They put no fucking respect on his name and shit.
No.
The dude won the Heisman last year. He won it 2 years ago. So Baker Mayfield won it last year. Yeah. Lamar Jackson won it the year before, and he was at the Heisman ceremony.
Like runner-up and shit.
He was like one of the runner-ups that year before, and now that he has declared for the draft, after already proven to be one of the best quarterbacks in college football the past 2 years, they're like, that's all cool and all, but. Yeah, I think he should be a wide receiver.
Nigga, can you catch?
He's never caught a football in his life. He never caught a football in college. He threw for 3,500 yards and ran for 1,500 yards. And let's make him a wide receiver. Just because
he's
a tall, black, fast black guy. Let's just make him a wide receiver.
Nigga.
Black quarterbacks are still fighting it.
While we're talking about Mel Kiper and the double standards, I read an article speaking about what was going on with the bias against black quarterbacks and Lamar Jackson. So I'm gonna read it real quick. So he says when they were speaking about Lamar Jackson, they said the accuracy isn't there. So I would say don't wait to make that change to receiver. said Jackson was more accurate than Allen. Josh Allen, which is another one of the top quarterback prospects in the draft, who is white and completed just 56% of his passes in 27 games with Wyoming against lesser competition. Yet no one is calling for him to choose to move to another position. So Lamar Jackson passed more accurately than Josh Allen, who was another top prospect. And Mel Kiper, who is one of the acknowledged leading
premier
draft gurus, and he's supposed to be an expert in that field. He said, "Stats are for losers, in my opinion. The guy just won." So Josh Allen, who has a shitty 50% accuracy rating, Mel Kiper, the draft guru, says he just won. Who gives a fuck about numbers? He just won games. So, when asked about a month later, people asked him about Lamar Jackson's accuracy, and he says he doesn't believe Jackson is a first rounder because it's the accuracy, just throwing the football. He doesn't have the accuracy to be a quarterback.
That makes no sense.
It makes zero sense. So that's the point. Is that when he's being held to a different standard. So when a white quarterback doesn't have the accuracy, who gives a fuck? He just won games.
He just made
it happen. When Lamar Jackson, who won the Heisman, was run up for the next Heisman, kept Louisville in the top 10. You feel like he doesn't have the accuracy numbers? You think he should change positions because he can't throw the ball, but he was better than the one guy who just won games. So there's a double standard.
It's absolutely a double standard. Black people aren't just like fighting the fight and like just black-owned businesses or in job status. Like, because white women make 70 cents on the dollar compared to white women. I mean to white men. Black men make lesser than that compared to the dollar of white males. So we're still fighting those fights. Like when it comes to football, like there's still he doesn't have the understanding of the game or have the IQ, the football IQ. They still same shit. Like when Tom Brady. He goes psycho Tom. Niggas love that shit. Right. But when Cam Newton gets emotional, he's a drama queen or Odell Beckham like that too. Yeah, it's still stigmas that we face today when you look at a black person doing something, right, and you see it a certain way, but you look at a white person doing the same thing, you look at it completely different.
Yeah, I mean, that's the same thing with like Gronk. Like, I mean, I was looking at some shit. Yeah, I was looking at some shit. Real quick, like,
so you look at Gronk partying, it's cool, but Darryl Strawberry,
Gronk being Gronk.
Darryl Strawberry have a good night. We got a problem.
No, they was talking about Odell, and I'm not I'm not gonna spend too much on it, but they was talking about Odell's dancing, and he came out with a video recently of him dancing, doing his thing, and the comments went crazy, like here he goes again with a drama queen. We don't want him here in Baltimore. All this other bullshit. He's doing his thing, but then Gronk is saying twerking his ass on Shaq and shit. And the whole crowd goes wild and shit. Yeah, Gronk's thing is he fucking twerks.
He gets drunk and does stupid shit. He gets fucked up and does
stupid shit. And
I can relate to that.
White guys do weird shit when they get drunk.
Yeah, but then Odell does it, and he does his dances for the culture.
He did do that commercial with Eli where he got picked up. I don't back that.
No, I don't back. It's some shit I don't back with Odell. But
no, he's just looking at it in a different way. They're doing the same shit. But Odell doesn't get like fucked up and make a fool of himself. He likes to dance.
I mean, maybe I don't follow it. He does. He lets the girls do coke and while they
that's some real ass shit.
So
you ain't see the video? Yeah, that's some real ass shit. He let the girls do the coke. He smokes the weed, and then he passes off to his homies.
You should fuck my friend.
He said, "You said what?"
That's why they trying to trade his ass.
That's MVP material right there, nigga. That's the real.
You got my vote.
Yeah,
that's why they trying to trade his ass now.
But no. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, the draft is definitely, to me, I think this draft is probably one of the most exciting drafts that
So where do you think Lamar Odom,
nigga, really? Lamar Jackson.
Where do you think he could go?
Where he should go, he should be either right there with one of the top 5 picks as far as quarterbacks go. I mean, he should definitely be the first quarterback that goes because he was the most dynamic.
What team?
I mean, he might not be NFL ready as far as what they consider NFL, stature and but Mike Vick had a great career, so I think
he was like 6 feet tall. Drew Brees is like fucking 5'11", dude.
Fuck them niggas. But look, so before we get out of here, Mike, we had a request from one of our listeners.
Oh shit!
Right. So you became popular.
Chanel in California. Shout out to Chanel.
Shout out to Chanel.
Shout out to Cali too. That's one of our top.
Shout out
groups.
to Cali. Yeah, she had a question for you, Mike.
What was the question?
Well, we don't believe you. You need more people.
What's the question, Jamal? You can read the question, Jamal.
Oh, can I read the question?
Yeah, you can read the question.
I mean, pretty much she said, how do you feel? Oh, well, this to
is
give
this a new segment? First and foremost,
trying to do a new segment for Mike. It's the Ask
Mike.
Taylor. It's the Ask Taylor segment. We don't give a fuck what Mike got to say. We care what Taylor has to say.
Let's do that. Like Ask Mike or Ask Taylor.
Ask Taylor segment. So
right.
she wanted to ask Taylor.
Okay.
How do you feel about women shaving body hair? Is that do you like the body hair? Do you like it bald?
Is it a deal?
How do you feel about it? Is it a deal breaker?
No, nigga, take a shot real quick, and then Taylor will come out and you answer it the real way.
Thoughts on women shaving, man?
Go ahead. Now
How
you
do you
answer
feel
it as
about it?
Taylor. Go ahead.
So, I would say, always number one, always do you. If you prefer to shave, shave. If you don't, if you want to let that bush grow, let it grow. Do you?
That wolf pussy.
But if you're in a relationship and you like, oh, my partner likes this, shave, then shave for your partner. And you have that kind of communication between each other. But after a long relationship, sometimes niggas do get lazy.
What in your perfect
Is that a deal
girl?
breaker? So if you met a girl for the first night, you go to the club, she pulls. I mean, it's not a one nighter, but you pop off, y'all go back to your crib and shit like that, and she pulls her pants down. Pause. Freeze frame.
Yeah.
If she had a motherfucking hairy vagina. Is that a deal breaker? Would you tell her? Would you in the back of your mind like, I'm not doing this shit? What the fuck?
No.
I mean, when you in the moment, after you get to that point, then nobody gives a fuck.
Nobody gives
at
a
that
fuck.
point.
But
in the back of your mind,
if you had a preference,
Mel,
if you
hit that. I keep silver in my back pocket, nigga. What the fuck is we talking about? Just in
like
case they
spike,
pop
nigga.
up. Nigga, just a spike real quick in the neck. I don't do that.
So your preference is you would to answer her question. It would be
it's 2018, nigga.
It's not the 70s and shit.
It's not the
do
70s.
you like girls with hair or do you not like girls with hair? You beating them right?
Motherfucker.
The ball like Jordan, motherfucker.
I don't keep the weed whack in my house. The fuck?
It's gotta be bald like
But
Jordan. If
there's
not, it's
nothing wrong.
disrespectful because I feel like.
Nigga, this is not
an
Ask Jamel, man.
I'm
It's
sorry,
Ask
I don't
Taylor,
care.
man.
I got some
Shave
shit to
your
say.
shit, nigga. Nobody want no fucking hairy pussy because it gets. That's why your pussy don't get ate because it gets
That's
hair
facts.
underneath. It gets
That's
hair.
facts.
If you got
That's
a bush
facts.
down there
That's
and
facts.
your box don't get ate,
I don't want to
nigga,
feel. You don't want to feel like you're making out with Rick Ross. All right,
God
finish shit up.
You gotta split the hairs too. I'm speaking from experience and shit. You gotta split the hairs.
Like when
Sometimes
she
they get tangled.
when
and
she
shit.
ate your ass or when you ate her ass.
Like I said, when you split it,
Let's get it.
get some gunshots in there.
Hey.
But that shit, shave the shit. Unless it's no,
ask
unless
Mike
it's no
410.
shave November,
Alright.
because I mean it depends on the time of the year too. I mean you
I
can't
mean,
knock
but
a
like,
girl
no,
for
it
not
doesn't.
shaving.
No,
nigga.
I mean, does
It does.
your razor not work in the winter or some shit? No,
I can't knock a girl for wanting to
shave
get to let her legs, get her fur going. and
Shave
shit.
the box.
Vagina
No.
and
All
legs
right,
is
all right,
cold, nigga.
so the landing strip is cool.
Landing strip is cool.
Landing strip is cool.
Landing strip is cool. Definitely cool.
You can't be wolfing.
No.
Like
come on now.
you can't be wolfing like
you
that. That's just unattractive.
Yo,
and then-
grow up. We
Grow
have
up.
grooming guidelines now.
Right.
It's
That just
the
shows
way-
that you're lazy and that you don't give a fuck about what's going on.
I mean,
down
I
there.
shave.
I don't want to know all that.
I shave.
I just don't. I'm good. I
we
don't
don't
want to
wanna-
know
Hey,
about
dog.
your manscaping.
You niggas don't manscape no more.
Niggas manscape. I don't want to hear
I
about
ain't
your
gonna talk about it with
manscape.
my homies and shit. I
Right.
ain't
Well,
like, yo, this how I
men
shave
don't
my
discuss
balls.
bro code.
Oh.
Men don't discuss manscaping.
Oh, y'all don't care about my life no more. That's what you're telling me, dog.
That's
what
the
you're
case,
saying?
then no, I don't care.
But no, that's the segment. Before we get out of here, man, I want to give a huge shout out to Shelly Machiavelli. That's the cousin. He took care of me. I got my hair. I mean,
That's the official,
Yeah.
the official barber of
Shout
the
out to
Hunt Club
barbershop.
podcast.
Shout out to barbershop.
yeah, shout out
My
to
nigga
Barbershop.
Sheldon, he you got to go to his chair too.
I haven't.
dog.
I get my hair cut like once.
Shaped up or some shit. He shaped me up. I mean, he took care of me. He took care of Austin. It's your time, Mike.
My personal grooming skills ain't the best. I'm gonna say that out loud. I get my hair cut like once every 2-3 months.
Nice.
Nigga,
That's about it.
You
Fuck
gotta
yeah.
do it right there.
Yeah, fucking people.
But no, check him out. I mean, his IG is _Shelly Machiavelli, like Pac, cause
he the truth.
Like Pac,
he the
Pac
truth.
level
That's
and
why.
shit. But yes, but check him out. But still, man, like that wraps up episode 7 of the Hunt Club.
Episode
I mean, if you want to
7.
send more questions to Mike, Ask Mike segment, Ask Taylor segment.
Hell
It's
yeah, man.
at Hunt Club 410. DM us.
That's Instagram and Twitter.
Instagram and Twitter. DM us if you for
Ask
more
if
questions
you wanna
from
ask
Mike.
or Taylor.
No,
Or
there's
ask-
no such thing as Ask Mike. It's Ask Taylor.
It's
That's
Ask
gonna be
Taylor.
the
We don't want to
segment.
ask Mike. Mike
All
ain't
We
shit.
don't ask Mike.
shit.
Mike
Yeah,
is dry
yeah.
as shit. We want to ask Taylor. So if that's something that you guys have questions where you just want to throw it at us, whether it's women or it's men, blah, whatever.
Anything.
Hey, bitch, I ain't
Anything.
paying that child support. Don't ask that question. Like that's a
Hell
joke. That's
no.
such a joke. Before serious shit.
Nigga, child support ain't shit, man. But yeah, that wraps up episode 7. You know, like, comment, share, all that bullshit. You know, y'all got anything else y'all want to?
Anything going on? Y'all doing anything this weekend? No?
Nigga, our birthday is coming up.
Oh,
What
yeah,
are you
it's
doing for
true.
your
You
birthday,
old
bro?
motherfucker.
I'm going to Atlantic City.
Are you going like? Okay.
I'm finna lose it all, nigga.
good.
Nigga,
Stay
buy
up
a
that bitch.
prostitute, bruh.
Nigga, I'm buying 2. And
Some real shit.
And we doing 8 balls in the
Sarah's
bathroom.
not gonna let this nigga
But yeah,
come out.
it's Easter.
talking shit.
It's
I'm just talking shit.
Easter Sunday. You guys do some wild shit on Easter. Do people still go to like kiddie discos?
What? No.
I got my suit. I'm going to this.
Y'all niggas buying some Easter.
No.
Easter
Y'all
outfits?
got kids. What y'all doing for y'all kids for Easter?
I'm taking
I'm
it to the
a
old
heathen.
man.
I'm a heathen motherfucker. I'm raising heathens.
Right.
They not
I'm
going
saying-
to church. The church will burn down. I bring my kids and we walk in that bitch. We gonna go see Pastor Jamal Bryant in his fucking
Wakanda
in his
outfit?
Black Panther costume.
And
That's
that's
what we
some
doing
real
for
ass
Easter.
shit.
Yo, they said bad bitches be down his church, yo.
Y'all niggas trying to go?
So all the hoes down.
I
down
gotta
so-
work. I can't really go. I catch them on the after party. Oh, any outro, yo? Hey,
Classic shit for you.
episode 7. We out.
Web up.
Hey, yo, fuck y'all.
Happy birthday to my nigga Mike.
Happy birthday to Austin. Happy birthday to Mike.
Hey.
Fuck y'all, we out.